Hey guys, Pixel19 here. Welcome back to another video, and today we've got our AMA for our 1000 subscriber special. Now, I did say earlier back that I actually did record it, but the thing is, the time that I recorded it, I was actually pretty sick, and I didn't record it as well as I wished I did, so I'm actually redoing it. And depending on how fast I can finish this, I might upload this at like midnight tonight, which would be December 30th. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it doesn't get too long or the video just gets tedious. I'm going to be reading all of the questions from the first person to submit a question to the last person who submitted a question. Anyways, let's get right into it. First question comes from PaperTowel.com. Do you love me? Please love me. Don't worry, man. I love you. I got your back. Next question, Link_10. Why and when did you start mixing music? Sorry for my bad English. Well, I started mixing, I think, back when the first Monstercat podcast contest came out, and I just wanted to try something new. At the time, we made the mix with two. It was myself and a buddy of mine. And then, I don't make music, but I mean, that's all I've really done. I've mixed music. And then back in November of 2015, I started mixing more often. And then I made my first mashup on the 3rd of January. IMG asks, do you think that everyone in the family is cynical? Nah, it's just you. Ethany asks, which of your own mashups are you most proud of? I would have to say the most proudest mashup I've ever made was probably the Doth remix of Deeper Love versus Snav's Into the Wild, simply because that was the first mashup that I made that was a step in the right direction of improvement, which was mashing up songs of the same keys after 4 months of just mashing up random songs that I thought sounded good. And then at one point it also became one of the more popular videos on my channel. Fire asks two questions, the first being my favorite genre, which is probably trap, but I mean I do like all genres pretty equally, probably house the least, but I mean there's some pretty good house tracks. And then since the question was pretty generic, I also want to ask what you're going to do with this channel as it grows. Continue with the same stuff or maybe try something new? Well, I mean you can't really grow and do the same stuff forever, at least that's what I plan on not doing. I do plan to continue trying new things and seeing what happens along with this channel, because this channel has never really been themed. I mean, I have transitioned from gaming videos to music, and I'm not saying I'm gonna completely change to something new like, I don't know, commentaries, right? But I mean, don't simply expect mashups or mixes. You can more than likely expect maybe some new series, or I don't know, whatever happens, am I right? Harrison Fine asks, what's your favorite Monstercat song? Oh man, I hate these kinds of questions because I'm really bad with choosing favorites. I can usually choose like a top 5, but I can never choose like my favorite. So, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to say my favorite would probably be... Nah, I can't choose a favorite. I have most, you know what? Most of I guess my favorites are from the album of 016. But, I mean, I can't choose a best of. Red Hawk director giving me a curveball. What song would sound best for the soundtrack of Shrek? And, well, I mean, on one hand, I can't choose one song for an entire soundtrack because it is like a 2-hour movie. But, I mean, if I'm only choosing one song, I mean, I'm going to have to choose Swamp Thing by Pegboard Nerds. Meme asks, what did you do with all the waffles? I ate them. Jason asks, was Duck Game your favorite game? Yes, best game of 2016.
No.
No!
What? I fell through them.
Verismal asks, what's your favorite pasta linguine? All of them. Out of all of the future bass songs on Monstercat, which one would you have played at your funeral? I would have to probably say, simply because of the pun, and also because of... I don't want a sad song, but I also don't want a really happy song. I would have to probably choose the middle, which is Drolo Bon Voyage. Killer Knife asks, which programs do you use for your mashups? And that's FL Studio 12.2. The Ampzark asks, what Monstercat song has your favorite lyrics? And I think there are two songs that I really like with the lyrics. The first one would probably be Canvas by Resonate, and the second one being Pushed Away by Tristram and Rogue. Mini Minor LPs asks me, how did I come up with the names The Only Pixel 19 and Duality? Well, I'll give a quick history lesson. So my channel used to be named Pixel Minor 19, and that was because at the time I was making Minecraft videos, and The name basically derived off of the fact that I really liked pixels, and my favorite number was 19, and in Minecraft you mine, so it was Pixel Miner 19. Eventually I did grow out of it. I think I changed my name back in like October of 2015, or like August 2015, sometime at that point. And my favorite number is still 19. I still really liked pixels, but I wanted to get rid of the miner. So now it's the only Pixel 19. And I was also able to make a really funny alt channel, which is the other Pixel 19. I was really proud of that name. And then as for Duality, well, as I said earlier in the Q&A, at one point Duality actually used to be two of us. It was myself and a buddy of mine. And what we decided to do was, because Duality was basically taking two things and, you know, making it into one, kind of like the yin and yang. Not really exactly, but, you know, similar to that. And what ended up happening was we made the Monstercat mix together, and after that he never really made anything else. I kind of took the name and continued it onwards, but we're still really good friends. I mean, you'll see him in a couple comments in some of my videos. Shout out to Joey. And then, yeah, I was able to keep Duality because I really like the name, but also, I mean, mashups. You're taking two songs and you're making it into something new, so like now it's also a pun. The realization that half of your answers are just because of puns. How did you even get the stems from a song so you can turn it into a mashup? So, I don't actually use stems for my mashups. At least for basically the past 8 months or so that I've been mashing, I never use any stems. You can just take the song, cut it up as you need to, or just overlay them by themselves. Stems are good for like acapellas, or if you want to get extremely specific as to what sections of a song you need. But I mean, you can find all the stems you need from past remix competitions. Favorite future bass track. I really can't choose a favorite, so I'm just going to list off a couple of songs that I really like. Let's see. We're going to do Casbo Kaleidoscope, Grant Bowtie's Reach, Sushi Killer and Kevin Villeco's Anime Bay, Dion Customs Together. Roses is also a pretty good honorable mention. World's Triumph was also pretty good. Sound Remedies, Leaving Now. And yeah, I think those ones are my top future bass tracks. Fire Apex asks, what made you do YouTube and remixing songs? Well, I don't remix, I mix and mash. Secondly, mostly boredom and just my parents saying that I waste too much time playing video games. So I thought I'd be a bit more productive, and so I started this YouTube channel. William Billy Kaplan asks, does Juman Han is gay? No, he's actually European. That One Geek asks, what's your favorite meme of all time? I can't choose a favorite, man. I'm terrible at choosing favorites. I don't know how those ranking channels are able to choose between the first, second, and third. But regardless, you know what? I'm gonna simplify that question. I'm gonna go best meme of 2016. And there are really a lot of honorable mentions, but I'd probably have to say that my favorite meme of 2016 was probably... How did you ever find out about Monstercat? Well, the first time I discovered Monstercat was when I was watching my favorite YouTuber at the time, Two Awesome Gamers. And they made a GTA drifting montage, and the song that they used in that video was the .exe remix of Cruella's 1 Minute. And then when I found the Monstercat channel, at the time they were releasing tracks for the 016 album, and that was the start of my Monstercat journey. My favorite house artist, I'd probably have to say my favorite house artist of all of Monstercat is probably Solero. Jonathan asks, what would you say yourself you have improved the most if we're talking about mashups? I just have to say that I probably improved the most in song selection. So my biggest weakness at the beginning of my channel was that I didn't know what songs went well together. I kind of just chose two songs of the same speed, and I kind of just hope for the best. But I've learned about music and keys, and I've learned what works better with other songs, and I've been able to help out other people improve their mashups, and I think that's probably the most improved portion of myself. What was your favorite year of Monstercat and why? So my favorite year of Monstercat was probably back in 2013. Once again, it's the 016 album. That's like the first album that I found, and it's my favorite album. It's my roots. But at the same time, I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I think old Monstercat was better. I really do love seeing how Monstercat is improving and how it's grown since then. And I'd love to see what happens next, or what comes out of 2017. Who are you rooting for in the mix contest? Well, this is a bit of a late answer, and I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not going to say who I was rooting for, simply because I I don't think it's really in my place to say who I was rooting for, but I mean, now that we know that Rocket Man won, I mean, congrats to him for making it all the way. Yeah. Boy, this ain't even a question. Next person. What inspired you to do mashups? Same thing as I said with the other guy. Boredom and because my parents were tired of me playing video games. Which, how, when, where, who, what, and why. Note plus why you do this. Bubba Plays Piano asks, do you play any instruments, and if so, for how long? Well, at one point I used to play the recorder, back in like grade 5 of elementary school. At one point I went through a small phase where I played the piano, and then now, I mean, I took vocal classes in grade 10 for high school. But otherwise I don't really play any instruments. What's my favorite EDM not published by Monstercat? I really can't decide, man. There's too many good songs. Classic island question. If you were stuck on an island, what 3 things and 3 Monstercat albums would you bring? You do not have to bring a device to play the albums. Well, let's start with the albums. The albums, I would probably have to say 016, 018, and 019. Those are like the golden albums that I really like. I mean, there are also other albums that I like, but I mean, like, those ones are probably like my go-to albums. And then, as for what I would bring, to be completely honest, I mean, if we're talking about an island that has like food and water, I would no, you know what? I would probably bring a satellite laptop so that I can access the internet even though I'm stranded. I would probably ask for, let's say duct tape. Duct tape would be really helpful, and I'm gonna say iodine just because then I can purify the water. I don't think I really would need much else. Unifont asks, what is your favorite genre? I'd probably have to say my favorite genre is trap, but like I said earlier, I do like all of the genres pretty equally. Light Vader 201 asks, who is your favorite Monstercat artist? Now, I've never really had an artist where I liked every single track that they released. I think the only time that ever happened was with Aerocord, but then he went on his hiatus, and then when he came back, I mean, by then I kind of just lost my heat for him. If we're going to second best artist, in my opinion, I think 7 Minutes Dead. I've always loved all of his releases, and knowing that he is hopefully coming back to Monstercat pretty soon, it really excites me to see what he has in store. Best tips on how to mash up songs for beginners: try to find 2 songs that are of the same key. That is the #1 thing that I can suggest for people. After that, try to find songs that are maybe of the same BPM, beats per minute, so that they don't desynchronize, or maybe even try to stretch it, but that's more of like an advanced move per se. And then after that you can start experimenting, transposing, and all of that stuff. But you want to start with just one-on-one mashups, and then you move on from there. It's all about experimenting. How much do you love memes? I love them! Favorite ice cream? I'd probably say French vanilla. Alexander asks, what was the journey like coming to where you are today as a music mixer, and what was the hardest part of that journey? The hardest part of the journey is being consistent from the beginning. Most people want to give up after their first or second mashup, and at the time I wasn't even that consistent. I think I uploaded a mashup like once every week, and then I slowly just started becoming more and more consistent. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're starting off with YouTube. The hardest part is getting your first 100 subs, and then after that it's all just getting more and more and just keeping consistent. That's really the hardest part. Mark Lane asks, what decision made by Monstercat were you most upset about? Now, I've never really been upset about any decision that Monstercat has made. I feel like this question is more derived to whether or not I like the new visualizer changes that they made, and if I'm being completely honest, I like the new visualizers. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, they're killing off genres, I like the old one and the stars in the background. I mean, like, I don't know. It had its time, and now Monstercat just has to evolve, and it's all just part of the ever-changingness of Monstercat. Top 3 songs. Alright, we're going to do .exe's remix of 1 Minute, Fractal's Spection, and Tristram's Once Again. Do you listen to any music outside of EDM? Yes, I usually listen to pop music in the radio, but I mean, I don't listen to it because I want to, it's just because that's what's on the radio and my family likes listening to it, so you know, that's there. And then favorite EDM label other than Monstercat? Well, I listen to a lot of promotional channels, but I don't really listen to a lot of labels. I mean, I do sometimes listen to NCS and 99 Lives, but other than them, I mean, I don't really come across too many other labels. How does it look? Great. Eden's biggest fan asks, how much do you love Eden or Elohim? And what was it like working with the mentors during the mix contest? Well, let's start with the first question. I don't actually listen to either of those artists. I think I might have listened to Eden, though I'm not sure if I'm mixing them up with the Eden project, or I don't know if they're one and the same or if they're two different artists. But I mean, if you want, you can comment in the section down below songs that I should listen to, and I'll get around to that. As for what was it like working with the mentors? So in the mix contest, I had Project 46, and if I'm gonna be straight up honest, it could have gone a lot better. I did have a couple of communication issues with my mentor, but I mean, no disrespect to them at all. I mean, it was an honest mistake, but I really wish some things had just gone differently. What's your favorite Monstercat artist? Stone Dank. Boy, you should have been back a couple questions ago. I already answered that. Monstercat Reverse asks, favorite food? I'm probably gonna have to say pancakes or waffles. Terry asks, what songs from Monstercat do you think would fit very well in Need for Speed? To be completely honest, I don't know what track would be the best for Need for Speed. I know in one of the past Need for Speed games, Aerocord Surface made it into that game. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of songs that would be good, but otherwise, like, just not fitting, per se. Like, I know you'd probably want a track that doesn't have vocals, because that'd probably get distracting. And then, you know what, I think the best, maybe per se, genres would be trap or glitch hop, depending on, like, what mode you're playing, or even sometimes hardstyle or hardcore, but I feel like that might be a bit too peppy. If I had to name one song, maybe Bring the Madness by Excision and Pegboard Nerd's Aerocord remix. I feel like that'd be a pretty good track. The Madman asks, do you like your own duality mashups? Yes, I do. I don't usually post anything I don't like. Where do babies come from? Have you ever heard of this thing called Google? Magical search engine. You might want to try that. The Amazing Minecraft Pie asks, what are your 5 least favorite Monstercat songs? I've never really had too many least favorites. Usually what tends to happen is that they're just not my type, but they are good tracks. One track that stands out that was released this year was probably Dion Timmer's Panic. That wasn't really my type of dubstep. I felt it could have been a bit more melodic, which is why I really liked the VIP a lot more. I don't know, man. The remixes, sometimes they're pretty good, but sometimes they're not as good. I mean, I can think of one remix that just really wasn't my type either, which was the Getter remix of Alone. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been pretty okay with all of the releases on Monstercat so far. So I mean, yeah. Some Monstercat songs that I hate. Boy, I just answered that. Please go back with like 5 seconds. Do you know how to tame a horse in Minecraft? Yeah, I actually do. So what you want to do is you want to open up Google and search up the Minecraft wiki, because that's not my job. Matt G2105 asks, what is your favorite meme? Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I did answer that question at the beginning, but you know, I'm going to give a different answer this time. I'm probably going to have to say that my favorite meme is this one. The Music Box asks, what disappointed you about the Best of 2016 mix? Now, to be completely honest, I'm not disappointed at it, but at the same time, I didn't even listen to it, so I don't even know. I don't really have enough of an opinion to make about it. I know that a lot of people weren't happy about it because their favorite artists weren't on there, or that some artists were on there a bit too many times. I don't know, man. I'm just happily unaware of what is going on. Which song would fit the B movie best, and what is your favorite color? Let's start with the favorite color. My favorite color is yellow, or maybe blue. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place with colors. Which song would you think fits best with the B movie? Probably Buzzkill. Infinitius asks, are you sad that genres are going away? No, not really. I'm not actually. No, I'm not really sad that genres are going away, to be completely honest. I've never been very much in the genre game, like arguing what a genre should be. I know some people are like really mad that genre classification is going away, but I'm pretty sure that they're doing this just because Going Quantum is tired of labeling things electronic or getting yelled at for getting something wrong. Throwback to Stonebank Soldier dubstep, am I right? Joey Miller, my boy, asks, if you were to get anything for Christmas, what would it be? And I'd probably have to say a better computer, you know, one that doesn't take 6 hours to render a mashup. That'd be pretty great. Matthew asks, why did I get a strike? That was because somebody false flagged my channel technically, I don't know if it's a false flag, but basically I used one of 21 Pilots remixes in my video and they weren't happy about it and they striked me down. But the thing is, apparently it was all like false and mistaken, because even large channels like Trap Nation almost had their channels terminated because of that. And so I just happened to get caught in the crossfire. Favorite song this year besides Monstercat releases? I can't do this, man. I can't do this. Too many good songs. What do you see for the future of your channel? I just hope it continues growing, but also that I can continue to please people and entertain people with my quality of and content of mashups, as well as share what people send to me, because I know that there are some really talented individuals out there that just want to have their stuff heard. Berry Fruit throwing us with a paradox. This statement is false. Tell me, Duality, is that statement true or false? I'm probably gonna have to say that that statement is true, because let's just say we switch false with 1 is equal to 0. I could say that is true, that that is false. The last two questions were actually submitted after I made this video unlisted, so how you guys got this, I don't know how. Actually, I do know how one of them got it, but I don't know how the other one did. If you had to make a meme out of a completely serious song that is not already a meme, what song would it be and how would you meme it? I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't even know how to answer this question. I don't listen to serious songs, but at the same time it's like, I don't even know how I would make it a meme. I don't know how I would do any of that, man. Ask somebody else. And lastly, the yellow dude asks, which of the viewer mashups on this channel are you most proud of uploading? Now, I can't say I'm proud of uploading one, because I would have had to have been proud to upload all of them on my channel. I mean, all of them that are on here were on here because I approved of them. But I guess the least biased viewer submitted mashup that I can say that I liked is the one that I collaborated with Berry Fruit, simply because that was more of a team effort rather than just someone that submitted their own work. But I mean, that was the first try mash on this channel, and I mean, I'm really proud of the way that it came out. Props to Berry Fruit. Well guys, that is the end of my AMA. Hope I didn't bore you guys to death and I was able to keep you guys entertained. Next sub goal is 2,500 subscribers. I'll see you all then. My name is Duality, or the Only Pixel 19, and I'll be busy doing my best of Trap Mix. Hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.